Hello friends, welcome to our channel No Nuggets that provide nuggets of knowledge through which you will gain knowledge. If you work for an IT company, you have probably heard of this term SLA or SLA document. So we shall learn what a SLA document is and what it contains in this video. So let's begin. SLA or service level document or service level agreement. SLA means service level agreement. SLA for production support is a document that outlines the performance standards and commitments that an organization makes to its customers or users in terms of production support services. These agreements are typically used to define the level of support that customers can expect from the company or and what they will receive, as well as the service levels that the organization is committed to in achieving. Here are some key elements that might be included in the SLA for production support. First is definition of services. This should clearly define the scope of the production support services being offered, including any specific technologies or systems that are covered. So definition of services is very important because it will outline what services particularly are in scope for this particular agreement, and hence it should be defined very clearly. Second element is service availability. Now this should outline the expected uptime and availability of the production support services, as well as any guarantees or compensation that will be provided in the event of service outages or downtime. Service availability is important for the organization because it will define when the production support services will be provided, right? And what will be the compensation that will be involved in case of services outages. Or let's say the production support, you say the production support services will be provided from night time, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. to morning 6 a.m. And so then you are not available in between couple of hours. So in that case, what will be the compensation that will be provided? So service outage is there, right? Maybe the some kind of environment problem is there. So what will happen? Next is your response and resolution times. Now this should outline the expected response time for production support requests as well as target resolution times for any issues that arise. Now this is also important because through this response and resolution time, SLA breach will be decided. So in case you are not able to respond, or in case you are not able to resolve the issue or respond to the issue as per this resolution and response time, that can lead to SLA breach. Next element is service escalation. Now this should describe the processes and procedures that will be followed for escalating production support issues if they cannot be resolved within the agreed upon time frame as defined in step number 3. So escalation matrix is very important here, and it must be clearly defined what the escalation matrix will be in case of service escalation. Who will be the level 1 escalation contact point and who will be the level 2 escalation contact point. Right, so service escalation is another section, is a very important section here. Service monitoring and reporting is the next section. This should outline the methods and frequency of service monitoring and reporting, as well as any specific metrics that will be used to measure the performance of the production support services. Next element is service continuity. Now this should describe the measures that will be taken to ensure the continuity of the production support services in the event of a disaster or another catastrophic event. So service continuity is basically part of BCP, business continuity plan, as well. Now service continuity will define that in case, let's say, because of bad weather and something like that, your office is out of power, and there is no secondary power is also not working. So in that case, how will we continue with the servicing? So this is the maybe an alternate location that will be continuing the services, or people will work from their own laptops, or so how will that service continuity will happen? That is what should be defined here. Last but not least is service level targets. Now, this should specify the service level targets that the organization is committed to achieving, such as uptime and resolution times, and any associated penalties or incentives that will be applied if those targets are not met. So there are certain service level targets. Now, definitely when you provide services, it is expected that over time it will, the overall, the service rating will improve, right? Or you will improve the response time, resolution time, everything will be improved. So there are some targets that let's say the organization says, okay, my target is to achieve less than 100 priority one production issues now. So are you able to achieve those? You will continue to monitor those and try to achieve those targets, right? Again, the resolution time. So right now at the start, our response time was, let's say, 5 hours, or let's say, our response time was 1 to 2 hours. Now we are reducing it to, let's say, from 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. So is it achievable target? So before you define those service level targets, you need to make sure that those are achievable, because in the end, if you are not able to meet those targets, that may lead to some penalties, right? So service level targets is also a very important part of SLA document. So these are the various sections, and I hope you like this video and gain some knowledge. Please like and subscribe to our channel and watch out for more videos like this to gain knowledge. Thank you.